Hey yo! And today we're back with more AFK Journey. Everyone under the sun is being sponsored, so well, I ain't much different. I am gonna announce this as the best AFK game ever I've ever played, basically. I think it's fair. But today's topic, you know what makes a game even better? Three things. And AFK Journey gives those in abundance. Look at this. You just have to log in for 7 days to flip a card, and any card you flip, it could be a character, yeah? And as long as you just keep playing the game, you don't have to spend a dime. You'll be able to get the rarest characters in the game. If you click a look at rewards, look at all of these. Even Celestial and Hypogean heroes, you can get them. So what I thought I should do for a video today is to just go through all these characters and see which are the ones that you should keep an eye out for and keep in your team. So we're gonna get the obvious one out the way. If you are playing AFK Journey and you got this person right here, let's take a look. We got Tauren. If you obtain this Tauren guy, or if you haven't obtained this Tauren guy, you have to get him because I'm gonna summarize what he does. He does mainly two things. The first thing, he is just a giga attack, yeah? If you put him in front of damage, he's gonna get them, he's gonna take them, he's gonna be fine. Secondly, he also has damage amplification and reflection. Two of the things that's really good basically anywhere. And including the fact that he can revive and just heals HP by attacking the enemies as well, just makes him a go-to character. He can do anything you want from attack. Do get him if you haven't already. And next up, what I want you to look out for is, honestly, most of them are pretty good, right? If you need like a healer, go ahead and get any healer. You don't have to like pick and choose, oh, maybe I don't want this or want that. Just use any that you need. But this is sort of just a general recommendation of what a lot of people have and might want to consider, right? So I will actually highlight this Cecia per se, because if you don't know, your first 10 pull is guaranteed going to be a Cecia. At least that's what it's written in the brief, yes? So this person, since it's free, like everyone has it, might as well see what she can do. Firstly, I want to point out that she's from the marksman class. This is very good because there's a lot of great characters in the marksman class. You want to have a good one and, you know, make sure you give it some love, especially in the Hands of Resonance. Make sure you have good marksman gear, guys. And what this person does is the moment she has an ulti, she summons sort of a Titan looking fellow, and that will appear on the map, has its own health bar, has its own attack. And the moment it appears, it also has like a whole CC move around the point of its appearing. It's just a really good ultimate. The issue that she has though is she's fairly reliant on the ultimate. So when she doesn't have the ulti, she kind of just can't do too much. She can do some damage, but she mostly just stands there until she gets the ult. That's when she pops, yeah? So this is a character that I think for any newer player can easily be your first marksman, first DPS. The moment the ulti goes in, the Titan spawns, you will usually just end the game. And a lot of the times you'll find that Cecia can clutch with this because it's all of a sudden one extra character, one extra entity in your team. Let's say just so happens your tank died, Cecia spawns the Titan, Titan can't die, Titan does damage, Titan wins. So keep an eye out on Cecia. That's how you want to use her as a newer player, right? She would be actually pretty good for early game progression, but you know what, after you unlock more modes though, you might want to swap her out for someone else that's more specific, right? Speaking of specific, we'll take a look at the healers in this game because honestly, no matter what the mode is, you usually want a healer or else you get wiped. So first one I would like to point out would be Hewen. Hewen just has insane continuous healing, so the moment she gets her ult off, you practically cannot die. On top of that, she should, yep, there we go. She should have a, not she should, she has a D-spell on her skill as well. So if you have any debuffs on you, gets rid by Hewen. Yes, that's really good, especially in Arena. When there's anyone that has strong CC, you use Hewen, you can solve that issue. Now that's a healer that I would say protects you most of the time. So what if we have a healer that attacks as well, or helps you attack? That's why my Smokey and Mirky. This person can heal, and he also has damage amplification, and he himself does some damage as well. Nothing crazy, but it still sucks. So Smokey and Mirky is said to be one of the best healer that can do everything. Jack of all trades. And finally, in the same vein would be Rowan. This guy is actually pretty popular because from AFK Arena as well, this guy has been around forever. He is pretty good because similar to Smokey and Mirky, he has something to help your entire team do damage. And with Rowan, it's with his ulti that gives you energy. You just use more ulti as a whole, so you can easily overwhelm anyone without a Rowan on their team and just get energy again, ult again, ult again. They can't even do anything before using their ult. You already done 2. That's how Rowan is good. He can heal as well. So yeah, keep an eye on Rowan as well. Honestly, if you have all 3 of these, you can probably beat the whole game with like the best setup. If you have all 3, swap them out if you need to, right? So those are the healers, and mainly those are the S-level heroes that I think most of us would have, or maybe, you know, got lucky from something. Yes, those are the things that I would look out for. Now, of course, there are a lot of others that are maybe really good in, say, Arena, really good in, say, some other modes, but may not be that good generally. Like, let's say, Aaron. Aaron's insane in Arena. He can control the enemy, get them all together, clump them up for your DPS to just nuke them. But he isn't that good in some PvE modes though, where the enemy's just not, there's just a single good target, right? You can't just gather a singular boss. So this is just a general list of characters I think you guys should take a look at and keep in mind. So moving on, that's S tier heroes. Let's take a look at A level heroes. You would think S level is like peak of the everything, cream of the crop, but no, actually. A level heroes has got their own gems as well. If you're a newer player, you want to be able to defeat, well, firstly, the story, clearly. And secondly, you actually want to just honestly beat everything here. Arena may not be your, go-to place to have to grind for, especially as a newer player, you don't have like a lot of team setup. But Dream Realm here is something you should definitely hard focus on if you're a newer player, right? This is where you're gonna get a lot of the resources you need to just heavily upgrade your account. And just so happens, a lot of the A tier characters are really good in Dream Realm. So I'm gonna go through some of them. Yes, let's take a look at here. Firstly, let's start with the obvious one. We got my guy Odie. If you are not building Odie, you are not playing the game right. Let me just tell you something right now. The thing that makes this guy so good is that he's a pure specialist. He has wide range and shoots the living crap out of anyone by doing a lot of damage, right? He excels at just being a really good marksman. In fact, he might rival anyone rarer than him as well. He's an elite. He might just rival anyone above him because of the wide range and the continuous damage that he just doesn't stop doing. And the main thing is he actually gets into groove quite quickly. You can get him in, he's gonna warm up a little bit, and all of a sudden, oh, you see the damage coming. Some characters like, say, Cecilia needs to have her ulti in before she even does anything. Odie is someone that's just good all the time. And not only in Dream Realms, he's like really usable in Arena, really usable in Battle Duels. Anywhere you think Odie could be put in there if you have a team for Odie, he's pretty damn good. Like, I would never think he's good looking at him. Like, okay, now moving on, we have more A tier heroes that's good. We're gonna take a look at Marilee. Now, I mentioned that Dream Realm is really important for progression. Marilee is one of the shining stars in Dream Realm. The reason being, she has true damage right here, right? Dealing true damage. What this means is she basically penetrates defense of the enemies. So during stages where you're facing, like say in Dream Realm, you're facing a boss with high levels of stats, high levels of defense, you're gonna need Marilee to just ignore all of that defense, get that damage in, and that's why she's really good. You want to just do as much damage as possible. That's how it's calculated in Dream Realm, right? So have Marilee in your pocket. Sometimes you can use her and she would be the best DPS you can ask for. The higher the level of PvP, the higher their defense, the more value you're gonna get out of ignoring those defense, right? So keep an eye out on Marilee. And similar to Marilee, we have Corrin. Now, Corrin not only does a lot of damage by, heavily critting them, right here with this airstrike, guaranteed critical strike, so that's really good for damage, right? He also has some true damage to him right here. Corrin deals additional true damage with this Vine's arm. So Corrin with Marilee, two of the characters that would be pretty decent against enemies with high defense. You want to keep these characters in check. In a mode like Dream Realm, you score higher with the more damage you do. You want to ignore their defense and do as much as you can in that time period, right? So that's Corrin. Keep an eye out. And I think these are all that I would really keep an eye out. If you focus on the characters I've just listed so far, you would have a way easier time, in most of the modes, yes? Except PvP. I'm not really focusing too hard on PvP because I wouldn't say a lot. Some of the PvP characters, like again Aaron, he's good in PvP, but not that good in a lot of other PvE scenarios where it's just one boss, his ult can really gather anyone. PvP is for a whole other video. That's how I see it. But you know what? To end the video, we'll have the final character that is somehow obtainable for free. We've got Celestial and Hypogean heroes. The best one to choose would be Rainier. Basically the best support in the game, but I would say a lot of newer players wouldn't have a shot at getting this person at the first, but eventually you would get him. And to conclude, what he does is during PvE, in any PvE modes, however, he'll have skill sets that's able to get your damage up, right? You can boost your allies' attack, lower an enemy's attack right here, and especially with tuned art, it causes the enemy to take more damage or reducing damage taken by the ally. So you get more damage to your ally, lower the defenses and the attack power of your enemy by quite a bit as well. That's what Rainier does in PvE, and in PvP, he is also insanely annoying. I look at his ulti, it teleports someone else to another dimension. You just yeet someone and poof. But that's not even the main thing that's scary. The scary thing is dynamic balance, where he switches an ally's hero's position and buffing this person and swap the enemy target over in the same tile at the opposing end. So imagine from the left to right on the third tile, you have a character. Reflect that tile to the enemy end, you can just swap them both. So if you swap a really weak damage dealer over, you can just one-shot it. And you can put someone that's annoying in terms of CC or is really good at tanking like Torrent over to their end, and they'll just be annoyed as heck. So to conclude, Rainier is one of the best supports in the game, if not the best, with a lot of CCs to destroy the enemy and a lot of buffs to help your allies. It's just value jam-packed in this guy. So if you have an option, do take a look at right here. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll be all for today's video. It's a pretty informative video I'm trying to do right here. Usually I do like, you know, hyper edit stuff, but those genuinely take too long to do. I'll still do them. But yeah, I'll start and spread my wings out a little bit. We'll do some more guide related stuff, information related stuff to help you guys game better. So yeah, that is all for this video. I'll be covering more AFK Journey maybe in the future, not sure yet. And yeah, we'll see what happens to this channel. I don't know yet. But what I do know is you need to have a good day. And that is all. Take care.